Well, hello there. It's been a while, hasn't it? I'll get into that at the end of the video. Now, to start this one off, I decided I wanted to get my crafting up, so I mined, as you can see, a fair bit of silver, and got to smelting it. I took those silver bars and I turned them into tiaras, enough of which to get me to 50 crafting. This meant that I was able to make ruby necklaces. With this excess of tiaras, I decided to make myself the rune crafting tiaras that I had the talismans for. I decided at this point I should begin Dragon Slayer, so I accept the quest and get told to go speak to Oziak and receive my challenge. Upon reaching him, he tells me that I must travel to the island of Crandor and kill the dragon Elvarg. To even travel to Crandor though, I'm going to need 3 parts of a map, put them together so I can actually find the way. I'm also going to need a very big upgrade for the account, the anti-dragon shield, which is essentially the best shield I'm able to get in free-to-play. While repeating some of the ores, I hit 49 magic, allowing me to cast level 3 enchant. This will allow me to make an Amulet of Strength, a nice upgrade for the account. The first part of the map I choose to acquire requires that I place 4 items into the door in the Dwarven Mines. The first of which is a piece of silk which I buy in Alcared, then I go to Barbarian Village to create an unfired bowl, and then I buy a Wizard's Mind Bomb in Falador before heading down into the mines, placing them in the door, and going in to claim my first map piece. The second map piece is being held by a goblin in the jail south of Port Sarim. So I head over, give him a few persuasive magic blasts, and he drops the piece, which I telekinetic grab. The final piece lies in Melzar's maze, so I head on over. But even with the quest helper, I am an absolute raging idiot and forgot to bring the key. So I make the walk of shame back to the bank and come back again, this time with the key. I get to taking out his minions one by one, taking the keys that they drop and putting them in the doors. Starting off with just a small zombie rat. Next I take out one of the ghosts, then a skeleton, and then finally a zombie, leading me to the door with Melzar himself behind it. I walk on in and, with relative ease, take out Melzar, but I haven't got the map piece yet. He only drops another key for me to progress on through. For me to get the map, I'll need another key, held by a lesser demon in the next room. So I walk on through, and I start bashing that demon with my mace until, eventually, he dies. And I get the key, allowing me to go through the final door and claim my final map piece. And with the final piece of the map in my hands, I'm almost ready to go fight Elvarg. There's one problem though. I have no way of getting to this island. And so, I set about trying to find a ship that I can use to travel to the island of Crandor. Fortunately enough, I know where I can find a ship. Unfortunately, the ship is in a state of disrepair, and I'm going to need some planks to fix it. I have 2 options in getting planks. I can go grind out the Vault of Kamzadal and open ornate lockboxes, hoping I get the planks I need. Or, I can go into the wilderness and grab them from inside this graveyard just north of the Ferox Enclave. I decided to take the risk with the wilderness and headed over to the graveyard, picking up the planks I needed. I head on back to Port Sarim and speak with this sailor at the docks. He sells me his boat, the Lady Lumbridge, for 2,000 gold. I head down below the deck, fix up all the holes, and bring it to a state where I'm able to take it to Crandor. One problem though, there is no captain for this ship. I'm certainly no captain, at least. And so, before I can finally head on over, I must find myself a captain. I put the map together so that any captain I may ask knows at least where they'll be taking me before they agree to do it. I go to Ned in Draenor just over, and show him the map and tell him that I've fixed up the Lady Lumbridge. And with that, he agrees to be the captain. With all my preparations complete, I gear up and set sail towards Crandor. But it is not smooth sailing. A storm brews above, and Elvarg attacks the ship. In one swoop she sets fire to the ship, and then in another we watch in horror as she kills our beloved cabin boy Jenkins. We end up crashing into the island of Crandor, and so I set out, prepared to avenge Jenkins. Heading down into the volcano, we see Elvarg, and the body of another poor adventurer who's been burnt to a crisp against the wall. Ready to avenge Jenkins, I cross the threshold and bring myself into combat with Elvarg. The battle is long, hard, and many swordfish were eaten, but with one final crushing blow, I bring an end to the Green Dragon of Crandor. And so, with my bare hands, I grab Elvarg's head and pull, until it comes straight off, holding it over my head victoriously. I return to Oziak and show him the head, to prove that I've killed Elvarg, and with this, he finally accepts that I am a hero, and that I should be allowed to buy his runeplate bodies. And this concludes Dragon Slayer 1. So, 4 months. Took my time, didn't I? This video has been ready to edit for a long time. I think when I logged into the account, something like 100 days since last login. The motivation has not been there at all. And